a copycat, and you stop me at everything that you don't want back. When it was and when it wasn't, everyone is like my cousin, doing something, now they're jumping back to this, and it's back and flip, back and forth and back and short, and I don't want to go with you to the place you go. I don't want to go, so I'll be home. I'll just be waiting on the road, and you can come back when you know that everything is fine today, and everything just might decay when tomorrow comes. When tomorrow comes and we all just run and everybody's back to the old strum again, and they're jumping into the pool of life, and I think you like everything that you don't like, and you just might find the heights that might just suit your dive again. You're diving in and you're diving just to come back up, and now you're jumping. What life is this? I don't know, but it's a jumping bean. It's something we all just need to leave a little bit less in the present and a little bit more in the past. And I'm just in the present, and I'm wondering if we can get back to where we were before. I'm a herbivore, I'm an herbivore, I'm just someone searching for a better life, and a better right, and a better wrong, and I'm better on the kind of life that I like to live, and I like to get on my own lawn again. I'm on it just a long time, and I'm on my roller coaster ride. I'm coasting by, I'm coasting life, I'm coasting like I'm coasting. I'm just on the coast, and I'm just trying to find out why I'm on this life. I don't even know, and I don't know, and I don't know. Can we just say it a little bit differently for the people that think we're crazy? Nine, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't even know if we can count anymore. We got a lot of people that don't want to do a lot of things. I'm counting up and counting down, and I am counting across the screens. I'd rather just cross the screens, like I'm just crossing things, like I'm just cross-eyed, and I need to be looking at things a little bit clearer. Looking in the mirror and looking around, and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm looking at the town, I'm looking on the ground. I'm gleaning all the truths I can get from this life, and I am looking all around, and I'm just like a kite. I'm on a string attached to the ground. I'm coming back and going now higher heights, and I just like to ride my roller coaster. Roller coaster, I'm just coasting, and you're just a ghost or something, always running. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I don't know how many times we're gonna try to find the truth to life, and try to find if we can find if everything is just alright. And I'm just trying to find the but I'm just getting drowned in all these heights, and it's kind of just like a paradoxical kind of life that I'm just living. I'm just kidding, I'm just wishing, I'm just swimming because Dory says so. She says just to go, she says just to keep doing it, so I'm gonna go where I'm gonna go. And now I'm on the road, and my boat's like a rowing kind of place that I just know it's gonna be so good. And I'm just would. Why are we here, man? I'm just in this old kind of place again. I'm taking them back to the past, and now I'm just passing it off like I'm passing torches. I'm just passing, of course. It's kind of just like an obstacle race. I'm just taking a lot of big breaks in my life just to make all these kind of mistakes that I like to learn from. Just trying to earn some wisdom in life, and I think that I'm sure just a son for all the life that I got. And I'm like in the place with a pot, and it's getting kind of hot when it's boiling over, and I'm getting sober. Sure, I'm just looking up again, but I'm just not looking up, and then I'm just looking down at the things in my hands. In the palm of my hand, I try to just land the kind of life I like, and I don't find what I want, and I'm trying to find if life is just gonna ever end. It's just a big old pretend game. I'm just like a 10 game, but I always only reach the 9th spot. I wanna reach the top, but I think that I'm hot, but then I get too hot to touch, and now I'm gone, and I'm just on roller coaster, roller coaster, roller coaster. Can we just loop it back again to backing this up? And I just wanna come back in the back of the truck. I'm looking all around, wondering why we're all running amok. I'm running in something, but I think that I'm out of luck, and I'm just stuck But I'm gonna go, where'd you go, bro? And why'd you come back, and why are you acting like you don't know that's okay, and this is right, and that is wrong, and I'm just like a person in this life trying to find if I can fly, and I don't know if I'm attached to the ground, but I drown when I climb to the heights that I might try to reach, and I think everything like a leech is sucking me dry. I mustn't wonder why. I wonder if the women are just wondering, you're kidding. Is it all that we're doing when we are fishing in the big sea of life? A lot of fish in the sea, right? A lot of things that I don't like in this life. I'm just swimming against the current. I'm just currently just searching. I'm just running out of breath. What the heck? Why is it left? Why am I right? Why am I trying to find if I'm alright? Am I alright? Am I okay? If I'm just wrong, then I'm okay. And I'm just on this kind of place, and I'm just like a turning over all the places that I wanna be, just earning, searching, and I'm finding, and I'm trying, and I'm lying to myself. If it helps, then I'm lying, and I'm trying to. My style's kinda free, and I think that I like it, please. Can I just be just like a bee, a honeybee? It might just be a thing I need. I think we gotta stop thinking so much and think that we can touch the sky. Sure, try to touch the sky again and fly it. When you fly, and then you're gonna always come back down, bro. So drown slow and see if you can learn what it really means to earn the kind of life you want to burn all of your gas inside your mind, inside your time, and tried your what why I don't know. Can't just take it slow. I don't know. We can't just take it slow. I don't know. We can't just take it slow. I just wanna go, but nobody knows how to take me back home. So I'm on this roller coaster height. I'm on this roller coaster. I'm just sweating, and I'm just letting everything drip down to the ground again. I'm just looking, and I'm just searching, and I'm just hooking, and now I'm out and in. Never seems to be a consistent thing that we can get, and it never just seems to be a place to sit. Everybody's just looking all over the place for a place to sit, and a place in themselves, in a place that gets a little bit crowded when they're looking all around and then can't seem to find a single person inside the place that they're searching. A little bit hot-headed, and you stop letting things just get in your mind and expecting expectations to take this place to a different place and first place and third place. I'm in the nation. I'm in the first place nation. I'm in the first world country. Something seems a little bit different here. I want to times it by 3 and see if I can be a little bit more rooted if I hit the ground again. Now I'm running up like something that wants to run amok and get up to it. The sun. Wondering if you're up to it, while you're sleeping on your dreams, shouting out to Jacob Collier. Because, why not? And why would I stop? When I'm climbing the ladder of success, if I don't get to the top yet, then I'm not the best. So it seems. But all we need, to take a little bit of a break and take a look around before we drown in the higher heights of the life we like, because we don't like the life we get when we get to the top of it. There's nowhere else to climb again. We're climbing then, we climb back down again, just to find out if the climate gets a little bit hotter. The more we stop, drop, and roll in the water, polluting some things and searching for dreams, and I'm just searching. We need advocate to get us back, let's go home. I'm not alone in this, right? I'm not alone in this life. I'm not alone, but I'm fine being alone, because I'm not lonely when I'm at my home. See, we got some people, and they're all sitting in their own seats, taking a little bit of a break and taking a lot more time. Does anybody have some time I can borrow? Because if not, then you'll stop and you'll just live in your sorrows. Although you get everything on the planet, what you can't get any more of is the time that you passed. Because you can't go back. And you cannot add any more life to the life you have than the amount of time that you can grab. And we're grasping at straws, we're grasping at all. The time that we grasp at things, it seems to fall. A big old wall we fell off of, Humpty Dumpty. We must think that the ground is a little bit softer than it is, kids. Firm ground, and you should turn around when you pile driving into the next island. You stutter-stepped and pedal to the metal. You lead-footed, and you should have calculated a little bit more of a risk factor when you took the risks back there, because you left your life jacket on the land that you couldn't land on because you're on another planet. You're planning it, the life you get, if you just keep trying it. But it's not up to you, kid. It's not up to me, just, I know some things if we can just take a little bit of a lit. Our little stutter steps and stumbles let God come inside of our life and do the things that He likes. When He does some things, they work right. It's because He's the God of all. I don't want to try to push a religion on you, but I'm going to push you, dude, until you break. Now let's find out what it's going to take to get you healed again. I know a healer when I see one. And I know a healer even if I don't see the sun. Because He's there. And I wasn't scared. A single instant when I was in it, the thick of it, when I was looking at Him. Looking above and looking up and wondering what's gonna be the thing that's hooking me back to the ground when I'm just trying to run out to outer space, but I'm running out of oxygen in my tank. And now I sink to the ground and I start to tank like a big old machine. I make a mistake, and instead of pumping the gas, I pump the brake, and Anyway. Humble me now. We're humble, we, how? Because we're under He now, and always. In all ways, the hallways are only a straight and narrow path if we're gonna be getting back. Otherwise, you get lost on it. It's a longer place than you can all just face on your own. If you're smiling about it. But a lot of those smiles are doubted, with pouts just not wanting to come out. It sits on the surface and it turns you all sorts of colors, and you're turning into all sorts of things you didn't want to utter. Now you're like an udder that's dried up, and you might have loved to have a little bit of moisture to wet your lips with when you were out there with your lipsticks trying to say the things you wished that people would hear you say when you were saying things. And I just want to take a little bit of a break and please be like the breeze and just blow some things off like the steam. Because often I need to do a little bit of yelling about some things. Okay. So let's get loud with it. Let's get back to this. Let's get back on the ground and get grounded with the things we get. The get gifts that God will give. And all we gotta do is accept it. Except this can be a little bit more of a challenging thing that we can seem to do often when we're not willing to either literally or metaphorically get on our knees. So humble me, please, my Father and King, my Savior, the babe in the manger who came to earth to die for me. And we like the trees, we light the trees. At Christmas time, we try to find the meaning of Christmas and the Christmas meanings inside. But we don't have to look outside of ourselves to try to help. There's enough on the shelf, but all he's doing is searching for something else when everything that always helps is inside of the being who created me. And the being who created me dwells inside of me. As long as I'm trying to be the best version of me I can try to be. So instead of climbing trees, I'll drop down to the bottom of it and lay on the ground again. And now I'm laying down, resembling what my king did. Laid his life down for me, just a sinner. Looking around at this world that seems to be getting a lot bigger. As I'm shrinking and I need it. A little bit of inflation in my ego, but we don't need a little bit of an ego. We need our ego to go so that we can go, bro. Like a GoPro, look at life in slow-mo and take a little bit of a slower approach to things and see if we can go if we stop first. It's the option we've searched and searched to try to find, but we like it, right? That's what we say. When we can't take a break, we say we like the speed, we like it higher, please, higher, higher, brighter lights, and I don't need to be seeing things to know if I can see. But I was blind once. And I can't take a credit for a single thing I do, but I'll just pay for some things with credit and I will not return it to you. I'm indebted to the person who owes me everything and knows me nothing, and I just think that something is backward with this, and God could say that to us and just wonder what we're trying to think when we're trying to turn some things around and give him everything in the kitchen sink when he just wants us to get on our knees, even if it's metaphorically. I'm a lyricist. I've been in this, and if you've been here, then you've been hearing this. I've been given ears to hear, and I just am peering in the books of the Word of God. So please don't stop, and please don't stop. And often I don't want to drop a single album, but I will outrun everyone with other albums with one song I make, and I will take a break for a week or two or a long time, come back in a few years and think I'm better after a few tears I had to shed. I shed some things in my life and I watered it right like the plants below my feet. Now like Jack, I'm in a beanstalk, and I think we ought to just keep climbing. To find out that it gets lonelier at the top. Harder to breathe and harder to speak and harder to think that we could be matched by anybody. If we want to outmatch everybody, we'll be the ones that are burning, lying with our pants on fire, not able to stand up. And man, what you really want to do is take a stand. You're just taking it, man. I'm just taking them. And I'm gonna take them like a crayon. I'm gonna draw some things and color it a little bit because I like some color. I like the colors and the whites. I like to mix them a little bit because I am the founder of In the Image Clothing Company. It's all equal in the company of God, and something we can all understand is we're designed in the image of clothing, or in the image of someone who can... Oh, we got our priorities mixed up. Just like the colors, we just are sinful by nature. Something so pure, we take it and turn it into something we... Well, that's what we do with our paper. So pure and white, and we search inside this blank open canvas to try to pull something out of it, and we're just out of this. Out of our mind, at least. We're trying to be something we can't just be, and now we see that the pureness always leaves. That's why we mix some things. Because we all serve the same God we need. Designed in the image of God, and the Image Clothing Company will not ever be anything the world will be expecting. And I can tell you for certain that that will be the best thing about all of this. And it all just gets crazier and crazier, the more authentic we get. I think that that is just it. It's something like a mix. Pure harmony, purebred poodles, standard size for the people that do this. But a lot of people like to mix some things, and it's the things that are mixed that help us see that we're all the same, the human beings, and everything else is in between. God's designs, we like it. Why? Because we try to find this life, looking underneath the layers of things that we can't uncover when we're stacking some things on top of it. Searching through all the options just to learn that we don't have one, and we cannot outrun the truth of life. And you could try, and I could try, and I did it when I was a teenager into my 20s, pinching and searching and running for the pennies. Everyone was saying, heads up, this will lead to a life that you will not want. I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought that I was new and I was improving. They say if you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. But that turned me right to being a better disciple of He who sent me to this earth. A big place to find my worth. Underneath all the rubble, once I uncovered everything else, the ground is the place where I got grounded, and God is who He says that He is. And I couldn't even be trying to kid, because I'm just a kid, and I'm lying if I think that I know what this life really is. But I know Jesus Christ, and it's the kind of thing I do here to help people understand who we're created in the image of. So I made a little clothing company about some things that we can love. Allowing the body to work. Allowing is the option that works. Allowing means stopping the things we can do that we can't really do. And I'll say this. Today's date is the 9th of December, 2025. This is All In, Episode 2. Evan Strong is my name. I am the one who was founded in the Image Clothing Company. If you want to be in the cup of tea of some warm-hearted people warm-heartedly hear you when you're trying to make a rhyme or two about some things that you don't know a thing about. And dude, I think I know some things, so who are you going to talk to when you can't even rock it, dude? Socking a robot or two across the room, and I'm going to pick him up later. Darth Vader gonna come backward as Anakin, and now we're in a little bit of a paradoxical life. You won't even stop with a strife. Even if you wanted to have a life that was good, you would make a life that you should not be having to make yourself come back to this kind of place where you could be dragging yourself out of the mud again. Just imagine. If you would, please. If we could be just Johnny Yenden Appleseed. I've been lending things to John, letting him know that we can go again around the roses when we can ring a thing or two on the ring, the finger who I am married to, the king of everything. If I am searching for the bridegroom, I'm just in my place like I do. I'm just trying to find a broom and clean a thing or two up in this place and make it a house of order in case I need to try to order some things to take a little bit of a load off things that I don't want to be loading. We can be unloading things, and all of our burdens will become light when they're heavy. I think we need to be letting the Savior take the things that we got and save us. But it's something on the back end. It's something you got to back into. All of a sudden, you're trying to run away from something, and you run into something a little bit better. And whether you knew where you were, now you know where you are. You went from a place of being a lost sheep to being a person who didn't want to make a peep anymore unless he was trying to scream and soar. Soar like a manta ray in the ocean depth. Taking a deep dive in the type of life we get when we serve the King. I'm searching, please, only for the things I need. I got a king, and I don't need to be thinking I need to have an option of who I'm gonna serve. As a servant, I'm just serving the person who's giving me the life I'm searching. Doesn't matter what I'm searching for, I'm certain you're choking on the same words as I am. If you're trying to climb them like a rock wall, we all get rocked all. You're gonna build a foundation on the rock of Jesus Christ. I think we like the kind of lives we have until we drag ourselves out of bed for the last time, trying to convince everybody that we're fine. It's not convincing when we can't find out why the rinsing won't actually make the thing come clean. And we don't want to come clean. Something that seems to be harder than other things is owning up to the things we already did. Since I was a kid, I've been making this, a lot of big mistakes and just a big old mess, and I don't want to let a single person in on the fact that I don't want to be mad. But Metronome Madness taught me a lot of things, and I don't think that we need to be a little bit, the slightest bit, not at all again, nervous to be the person we are just underneath. Call me crazy. Can we just say we've all been taking the different roads that we've been taking to try to find some things that we don't need to be making? Why do we want to be making it something that it isn't? It makes it harder trying to oppose the things that are supposedly the norm if we are trying to be the normal things, and not understanding things are normally a lot different. That's why I like to mix it. Mix the music, I mix it, I do it, I mix it, and I want to improve it when I take the whites and colors and mix it together. Can we just understand that the unity is something that you and me can be a little bit of a mixed breed? I talk about some things, a mutt is a mutt, and I'm a person like a bug in a rug. I'm wrapped up in a lot of things that I love, and sometimes it's all the things that we don't like that make us like the things we like, because there's opposition in all things. It's called the gospel of Jesus Christ. It's good news, dude. I'm just doing things for you who are gonna listen to these. I'm thinking we are gonna be changing some things up again. Long form content. I'm not on next. I'm not on deck. I'm on this. I'm standing on it. I'm just like, I'm just here while I'm here. I got some things that we can steer, because I am mad. Get out the red flags, and that's what's gonna get me running in the direction that I need to be going, showing everybody that we can just plow right on through, but only right on cue. And I think that neither me or you could do a single thing on our own, dude. But I got a God who's perfect. And what I gotta do is stop searching. Once I've found the place I need to be in, I can just be in the place I need to be. I need some things, but only 3, and I think that we can count it up like 1. Add them together, and whether you're in this or not, we got a little bit of 4/4 time. I think that you can find a little bit of tempo inside the things that I like to spit again. I'm spitting it. When are we gonna spit again? I'm just showering, trying to get clean again. I think we need to get a cleaning kid. Hire him and say we like it just because he's underneath us. So that's where we can drop the things just to watch him clean up after us, and that's just where the laughter comes. We're looking down on some kid that's trying to run back to where we come from. But where'd you go, G.I. Joe? You think I go to places I like to go? I go to places I don't like to go because I think that I don't deserve a single thing that the king wants to give me. It's tricky looking at the life we get, see. I got some things, and I got some things taken from me, and I've been taking something like a different kind of journey. Some weeks are harder than other weeks, and sometimes I'm so weak in the knees I need my king to just pick me up off the ground just to find out if I can stand again. I can't stand it when I'm not being obedient to the person who gave me the ability to be obedient to he who sent me. It's tempting, giving into life when life is like a different kind of place that I'm not used to when I was just a kid and placed inside this big old hospital room. Yeah, like a beetle who isn't quite as tough as a cockroach. I'm not joking. I'm choking on a lot of things inside this life if I don't seem to be doing all I can be doing to see, I think we, and across the seas so we're searching and searching and searching and searching and searching, and now we're turning inside like a sea turtle, like a sea urchin. I've been poking some things. I've been joking, so please don't be poking at me. I'm just a person, please don't poke the bear. I gotta scare a big old place that I don't wanna be inside a place like this so bare. An expansive life, but only expansive if I'm filling it with things that I might need. I like to see some things that are beautiful so we can stop being so weak in the knees. If we just serve the king, he'll fill our life with a lot of things we like, and a lot of things might just get a little bit more minimal. I don't even know if you are hearing a single thing that I can speak, or if you're just in the ground again like a mole. You're grounded then and then grounded again, grounded again, you grounded again, you grounded, and then you just digging yourself a hole. Alright, I like this life, but only if I'm in the last place. It's kind of funny, the more I get, the more I start running to try to get rid of something that I always wanted and got it. Now I just wanted to stop again and go back to this simple kind of life I had when I was just a kid. Why's it gotta be so paradoxical? It's just like a place where I can't stop it, pull. See if I can shoot you out of the sky. Or see if it's a place that you can climb, or where the fire fires. I'm fighting fire with fire, and I want to be a firefighter and slide down a pole and try to find if I'm a liar. Trying to climb to the higher heights is actually where life ends up getting harder, right? But we get hotter the more that we slide down the pole, and now we're warmed up again, 'cause it got pretty cold. Climbing up again in oven mitts, and not the things we just get when we don't want to be sitting in the kind of place that we could not just find the race that we just want to be running. The last will be first. And I will not stop trying to search. I'm trying to search. Can we just trying to find the worth that we can we. That's why you're so weak in the knees. You're finding things, but please. It all just comes back to the place that we were when we were not trying to search, and so I don't want to try to find my worth. Because the more that I think I could be worth something, the more there is to measure up to. And I'm just measuring up, chew. It's like a chimney, it's a bigger thing than I can climb up, and I don't want to find out if I'm a person that can't make it. And so if I can fake it, explain to everyone that there's something up there if I just keep climbing up. Nah. Instead, I'll just drop. I'll leave it at the bottom of things. I'll leave it at the bottom and see if I can just find out if I can stop dropping, if I don't have an option when I just stop climbing and sit on the ground like the climate. It's getting pretty low out there. The expectations of people, of if we're ever going to end up actually being equal. But equilateral triangles are like the things that I'm trying to pull. A lot of crazy moves with angles who nobody could break. You can't break it up because you can't predict it. Call it a right angle. Call it I'm entangled in a triangle. A Bermuda kind of life, and you should have thought that I would have tried the Uno reverse card by now. We just can't take it back. And so we act like we can do some things and get stutter stepped like that. We say something wrong and we wish we were on a and we don't want to build a snowman. So man, when the world gets so cold out there, and you get so gone, and you know not how you gonna make it out, the only option is to stop it with the faking now, and live in a vacant house where you can't take it out. The trash that you had, 'cause everything else that you can acquire is actually outside, and you're singing your songs inside trying to hide, and I'm out here just trying to preach. And I will teach each and every one of us that there's no place besides the bus that we can get to the beach. Coming as a collective, and we're learning along the way. We're singing some songs and we're going just on the road. And it does not have to be paved. Off the beaten path, and I'm on the beat. In fact, I'm just a person that likes to say that off tempo is how we should stop and let go, and then we can make it to that place with the blissful kind of life we like, when everything just tries to do nothing but be exactly what it is, and we don't have to try unless we're trying to be something that we isn't. Isn't that interesting? We're saying things inauthentically, and now we're letting things just come out of our mouth that we don't need to speak unless we think we need to keep our mouths shut. And then as we keep saying stuff, the truth is what we speak. I don't even care if you care about a single thing. I'm just saying we can be like a shingle, please, and let some stuff just roll off our back like a duck in the water. So stop ducking and bobbing. I've been weaving some things. I got a clothing company, and I'm in the company of some people think some things about my company, but the people in my company are sweet. Anyway, I'm a lyricist. I'm in it in case you didn't hear it just the first time or two. I'm trying to do some things for life, and even if I want to or not, I'ma add one more to stop with all the arguing, because all you just think that we don't have a God. If you're trying to look inside a place to try to find a life that you could make, and all you're doing is finding some places that are fake, it's just a vacant place. It's not expansive though, it's a place where you're just dancing, bro. You got some ants inside your pants, you're antsy though. Ho, 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 ho. Christmas time, it's not about the magic. I'm here to try to show us the reason for the season, and I've been tasting some sweet things with some salt we need to salt the earth. I'm all just turned around. Call it a paradox, a pair of crocs. I've been walking through my town, snapping at all these people with these words I'm screaming and telling them that we're equal. Behind the scenes, we're trying to see if the screens we close are like the places that we go, and we just think we can see through the screens we make, and I don't think that we will know until we close it down. And close it now. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and I don't care for the drinks or things like that, but I don't want to do anything but get back home. Like a backhoe, I'm digging up things in the back, bro, just to bring them to the front again and show people we're putting on fronts just to try to be something that we weren't. And that something will just hurt, because authenticity is the biggest thing that we can never try to search. You either are or you are not, and I will not stop if I am on top, to show that one day I'll be crumbling down again. And now we're just like the mountain. It is only cool because the water flows around again on the ground, and then it makes a canyon. And can we just get back to this, the flowing that we used to go in with when we went inside of it with a lot of confidence? And I don't care if you're a confidant, I'm confidently on this place, and I will drop an album a week or something. I don't care what I need to be doing. I will speak the words that I can think aren't important, because I'm getting in my own way. If I'm trying to say the things I have to say are not okay, silencing myself does not help. I'm like a person trying to search for the elf on a shelf. Magic in the Christmas time is not the thing that I would like, because Jesus Christ is outside of space and time, and I'm just spaced out in my mind trying to find out how the magic works. I'm searching for the answers to the tricks of life, and I don't want to be tricked, okay? Alright, I'm fine. I'm fine if I'm trying to find the truth of life instead of trying to find out what I can make life be. Going so quick with all those high speeds is Buzz Lightyear, and I'm light years ahead of me. Me, myself, and I are trying to find out why we can't all just become one, three beings inside of a king, and I'm just trying to see if we can sum it up in some simplicity. I'm just trying to find some things like the meaning of the words. The sum is something that we can add, and I just want to get back to the subtract kind of life and get a little bit more simple with the things I find. And I don't want to be searching to try to find some things. I want to find if we can leave some things in the past and totally pull out the match, drop it again with a little bit of this lighter fluid just to see if we can do it fluent when we're burning up. Call me hot-headed. Call me, I'ma not let it slow me down again and freeze me up. Molecules are moving faster than you all could do if you don't want to move. But I don't want to move. Stand in a holy place, and now I got a lot of energy, and letting things just leak up and exploding, please. So don't just need the dough to see if you can let the thing just flatten again, but let it rise and let it try to find the skies and see if we can find everything else in the skies. Like the fact that our dreams just like to hide, but we can dream up our dream life. But every time we do that, we will move back to the place that we were in before we. Who acts like that can actually happen? We're back to this, the rapping. I'm wrapped in this, I'm wrapped up again like a bug in the rug. I said it and I won't expect it to soak into you until you let it, dude, because there's a lot of things that we can't just move through. But things move through us, whether we want them to or not, and I will go anywhere, especially when it's hot. Throw me in the depths of hell, I will prevail because my God is my rod and staff, and I will not act like I got the answers to life. I know the cheat codes, and I think that we go on down the road trying to find out how to roll the boat when we don't have the strength on our own, and I'm relying on borrowed strength because I can do all things through Christ. Anyway, I throw the tempo out the window when I go all in. Call it a paradox, because that's where the clock went is outside, and I'm trying to find what's inside of me. I'm finding things, and I'm trying to see if I can climb down into the cellar. Take all the dreams that they would sell her and him and everyone that wants to win, and see if we can find out if it's really all that bad to lose. I'm batting, dude, but not for 1,000, unless we're talking 1,000 to 1. That's the amount of times I've lost because I don't care. That's what it means to be me, a disciple of the King, another person in the millions or billions of human beings, trying to do all I can to find out what it means, deepening my relationship with no one else but the King. The ground can get kinda shaky if I'm sitting on the edges of the seas, looking out there at the things, everything that just will leave. The tides come in and tides go out, and now I'm shouting to the King. I just can't explain it. I can't just take it. I run with it, but I can take it and dive deeply in. Try to run across the waves, and I'm not gonna take a single step on my own. But I take a deep dive, and I can try to find out now how much there really is to this life we get when we don't try to make it be something that it's not. I just don't want to ever stop. I want to keep going with it. I'm showing it's just the only thing it is. Trying to make it be something is not the ways that we will get. Lasting joy, like a wind-up toy. We might enjoy it for a second or two. The second leaves and we just think that we don't seem to measure up to a thing. So let it rise after you've tried to measure it out the best you can. And understand that you're only at a certain point in life until you go through the refining fire and then you start to rise. It's not about the higher heights, but it's about the fact that we live this life. And while you're here, let's all just try. I'm all in. Ball in like a crazy person in one eternal round. That's why I do it how I do, and so often I'm on the ground. Because I'm only here while I'm here, so I might as well spit some lyrics we're just trying not to steer. Being disciples of the God above and everywhere that we can fear. It's a scary life and we can get carried, right? Upon the waves. Only if we're looking to the one that can save. You're looking anywhere else and you're just insane. I told you I graduated from metronome madness to make it just a little bit crazier than it was, and now I'm like a person trying to find the kind of love that doesn't seem to exist. Call me insane again. I'll just be taking them back to school. The weatherman told me there's 6 more weeks of winter. And while I'm hiding inside this life that I like, and convincing myself that everything's fine. If I were to step outside and I would find my life is not really mine. We live caged in and boxed in, and stopping is something that's not an option in our mind. Feeding ourselves opinions of this big old game we play. How it's okay to cheat. We can make it sweet. When there's an opportunity, you take. But I'd rather be given in. There's a lot more things that I'm given than things that are taken from me. When I understand who I really am and was created by a king. I'm in it for life. I'm in it, right? As long as it takes for us to go from being in our right mind to just out there on the lake. No paddles and no oars and shore. We're trying to find the shore, but more than that, we're trying to act as if we're not having a panic attack. Because that's what we're doing. We're attacking the panic and instead of letting it happen. Tripping up over that just to show you it's magic. If you're trying to gather yourself. But God gathers us. When we can't help ourselves. All in. Pretty good at the wordplay. But who are you to say? Who am I to say a single thing except for the things that I say? speaking on some things outside of me as honestly just some bigger things than I can do. I try it too. Dabble in a sin here and there and see if I can care about a thing that doesn't matter. Where has it gone? Right on to the next person. It's right on, so you think when you're searching. You always hit the mark when you're aiming for something else. But if you're aiming to be just where you are, then that's what will always help. So sit just a little longer and sit in this little song you're writing instead of trying to change the chords and make it more like the artist that you like. And see if you can be a little bit more authentic to yourself and live your own life. Dr. Studebaker. It's like a place you're trying to start a car and now are you even on the, oh. It's like a ping pong game. We're all just playing. I don't know what to do when it ends. Getting so used to being tossed around. You stop it, how? Do you even know how to accept a single thing at all? We'll leave it at the end with no kind of rhymes because this is what I'm really saying. If we can't take a little bit of time to slow down, we'll never know where we could even actually be. And the only place you can is where you are, because anywhere you go, well, who is it that went there? There's a lot of sides to me. There's a dynamic to who I am. And I won't pretend that I don't pretend. But it is what it is. And I'm all in. All into being me one day and someone else the next, if that's what it takes. Just serving Jesus Christ and trying to do all that I can do.